Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball presented by Nike. We're in Chicago, so let's play two. The fifth and final week of AU softball is underway. We've got one in the books getting ready for our nightcap, and it should be a good one. It is Team Lorenz taking on Team Kilfoyle. In our first game here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex earlier today, a good ball game if you are a fan of Team Ocasio. They won 5-1, and that jumbled up the leaderboard quite a bit. Alicia Ocasio made all the right moves. She threw a shutout through 4 innings. Her team won all 7 innings. So now she is closing in on Amanda Lorenz. 2 former teammates down to Gainesville with the Florida Gators. Top 4 players on the leaderboard when it's all said and done after Sunday, folks. Remember, all will get medals. So still a whole bunch on the line. Glad to have you along for the ride with my partner, the former Olympian, the great Natasha Watley. I am Eric Collins, and Natasha, you're here because this means everything. This is the final weekend. This is what we're playing for. Medals are on the line.
Yeah, and this is where champions are made. This is where you bring it all out, you leave it on the field, and you go for the gas. This is where you get it done.
Well, speaking of that gas, last weekend it was unbelievably in favor of Team Lorenz. Amanda Lorenz made all the right decisions. She was great as a captain. She was great as always with the bat in her hands.
Yeah, Amanda Lorenz, I mean, she has just been getting better and showing off how she is a vet and just the emotional security that she has shown at the plate as a captain. She has just been getting it done all around.
Amanda Lorenz has been a captain virtually the entire year, and she has had that responsibility only bring out the best in her. She is hitting a robust 450 on the year, and you can make the argument she's even been better making decisions on draft day and during the course of the game while in the dugout. Here's her lineup card. The veteran Victoria Hayward. She'll be out in center field. Amanda puts herself in the 2-hole. Her good buddy, Hannah Flippen, who's been by her side all year long. She hits third. She's the shortstop. Erin Koffel, the rookie's the DP. Kelsey Harshman, Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. Taylor Edwards behind the plate. Jesse Warren. And Mackenzie Clark rounding out the 9. Starting pitcher for Team Kilfoyle. What do you expect? Lexi Kilfoyle.
Lexi Kilfoyle, I mean, again, another rookie that we've seen, and again, I don't think that we like to call her a rookie anymore around these parts, and she has definitely carried her weight. 5-2, 45 innings, 8 walks, 32 Ks. The 32 Ks sticks out to me, and she's just been getting it done as a rookie.
Kilfoyle began the day 4th out of 61 players on the leaderboard. Because of the action earlier today, she has slipped down to 6. But she's got 7 innings to get it back. Hayward, Lorenz, and Flippen in the top of the first inning. Vic takes high, 2-0. Talk about a roller coaster. Victoria Hayward has suffered a significant hand injury, and it hasn't slowed her one bit. She's hitting .364, had a great week 4, and she finds herself 19th on the leaderboard at the beginning of the day.
And again, just another vet when you talk about Victoria Hayward of getting it done. I mean, a finger injury, still showing up, still getting it done, still executing, still producing. Nothing phases her.
3-1. She's going to make Kilfoyle throw a couple of strikes. Vic knows better than anyone else that a walk truly is as good as a hit here in Athletes Unlimited. Both are worth 10 points. On the ground, smothered by Sydney McKinney. McKinney makes a nice defensive play.
And this 3-1 pitch just smoked by Victoria Hayward. A great AB, but just a stellar play by Sydney McKinney to be able to knock that down. Gets to her knees and gets that throw off.
I'd make the argument that hitters in this league probably hit 50 points less than anywhere else in the world just because of the quality of defense.
Absolutely.
Here's Amanda Lorenz. Lorenz hitting a robust 450. That's 18 hits and 40 at bats. There's an outside chance if she has a great weekend, she could finish the season hitting .500. 1-1. Not just 450, but a hard 450. 3 homers, 9 runs batted in.
just 3 strikeouts. That's what's impressive to me. Batting average.
Guilfoyle. Her 2-1 pitch
Guilfoyle
misses. Amanda Lorenz and her team has been getting off to great starts in recent weeks. Playing with a lead and playing wonderfully with a lead. Here's a 3-1 pitch. 3-2.
It's just been fascinating watching Amanda Lorenz as a captain, how intentful she is of the athletes that she's picking. She's picking a lot of vets. Hannah Flippen is kind of her mainstay middle infielder.
Guilfoyle. 2 down. It's big out. Lorenz is retired. To me, Guilfoyle, I don't know if she was really good this past spring at Oklahoma State, but she's been the standout rookie star with what she's been able to do in the complete games, the shutouts. She really hasn't slowed down much from week 1 to week 5.
If anything, just getting stronger. And I think for me, when I see these pitchers that come into this league, how you are at the end, and you know, once these athletes start to see you multiple times, these hitters, they start to make their adjustments, and she's still dominating. She's still being able to have complete games, and I think that's a testament to how good she is. Her movement, her breaks, she's got such a heavy ball. Everything breaks hard and down.
Yeah, she's got the daily double. And when you can keep the ball in the ballpark, get a lot of ground ball outs, and get the strikeout when you need it, that makes for a really successful pro pitcher. Ball and 2 strikes to the great palindrome, Hannah Flippen. Flippen began the day 15th out of 61 players on the leaderboard. Hannah has accumulated a whole bunch of win points this year that she has been directly involved with because her and Amanda Lorenz have been so simpatico making decisions. Like a hand in glove, the way that they work together.
And again, just Amanda Lorenz just picking people that she's familiar with. That familiarity. When you're playing in a comfortable environment, you thrive. So they've been doing exactly that.
Two. It's a nice night here in Rosemont, Illinois, just west of Chicago. Gentle breeze out to left field. Guilfoyle misses. It'll be a +10 for Flippen. She walks with 2 outs. First base runner of our game.
I don't even know how Hannah Flippen does not swing at this pitch. I mean, this pitch is so close with 2 strikes. And Lex Guilfoyle definitely wants that.
Rookie on rookie. Erin Kauffel grabs the bat. On the ground foul. Kaufel's played a really good defensive shortstop through the first 4 weeks, but you may not need that glove this weekend. When you're on the same team with Hannah Flippen, you're probably going to be the DP. We'll see. Kaufel's relatively local. She is from North Central Indiana. Played collegiately at Kentucky. One and two. Stoffel and Kilfoyle know each other from their time in the SEC. Right into the glove of Kilfoyle. Humpback liner speared by the pitcher, and that'll do it for Team Lorenz in the top of the first inning. 2-out walk to Hannah Flippen does no damage, and now Team Kilfoyle will head to the bat rack. Team Lorenz, nothing on the scoreboard in the first inning, and now they'll play some defense. Team Kilfoyle will head to the bat rack. Lexi Kilfoyle fills out the lineup card, and she starts with Sydney McKinney, followed by Sierra Romero. Another Sydney Romero hits in the 3-hole. TV Tori Vidalis is the cleanup hitter. Rookie Bailey Klingler, Claire Davidson, Kaylee Harding, Caroline Jacobson in center field, and Kayla Kowalik. She is that rare slap-hitting catcher, hitting in the 9-hole. Rachel Garcia in the circle. Former UCLA Bruin, getting a chance to throw against Team Kilfoyle on a Friday night.
Yeah, and over the last couple of weekends, and has come up a little short, 0 for 3. And I know Rachel Garcia coming into this last weekend, she's a competitor, looking to gain some steam through the weekend.
First ball swinging, Sydney McKinney grounds out to Kelsey Harshman. One second baseman grounds out to the other. Rachel Garcia is one of the best two-way players in the game today, but not having a typical Rachel Garcia season stat-wise.
Yeah, and I think just a little bit of kinks sometimes when you get a couple years away from college, that training on your own and trying to get back into things, it's hard, you know, and you're not facing hitters on the regular basis. And so this is only a 5-week league, and trying to come out at your top at the best in the beginning is hard. And so we're seeing her starting to get better as the league has gone by.
And you wonder too, because she's also a hitter, that's a lot of things you got to work on 365 days of the year. If you're talking about pitching, if you're talking about hitting and staying in a groove.
And not to mention the level of Rachel Garcia, that expectation. I mean, just a stellar athlete, so got to give yourself grace sometimes.
Here's Sierra Romero. A couple of homers, 4 runs batted in for the former Michigan Wolverine. On the ground, Jesse Warren. And the throw is dropped by the first baseman, Stuart Hunter. That's a play that should have been made. That'll be probably ruled an error, I'd imagine. Ball didn't hit the ground, so I'm assuming that's going to be an error on the first baseman.
Yeah, and this is just a slow developing play, but Jesse Warren just has a hose. I think it maybe caught Kelsey off guard a little bit there. Just diving down low.
Here's the other Romero. Sydney Romero spins away from that pitch. That is indeed called an error on the first baseman, Kelsey Stuart Hunter. So 1-out base runner for Team Kilfoyle. And Emily Carasoni, who is the facilitator this week, comes down from the third base coach's box and whispers something to Sydney Romero. Congratulations, Emily Carasoni, the former Auburn Tiger great. Just took the head job at Campbell University. The Campbell Camels.
Yeah, a lot of coaching changes, the coaching carousel. She takes that job, and Trina Peel Prater now moves over to University of Memphis. She was formerly at Campbell, and so
I remember Trina Peel.
Yeah.
Former Chicago Bandit.
That's
Played
right.
here in this building as pro.
Right. That's right.
She could swing and she could run. Trina Peel.
True triple threat.
Yep. Ball and 2 strikes to Sydney Romero. On the ground softly to third. Jesse goes to second, and the force out is recorded there. That's a nothing play, but I'm telling you, I could watch that for 7 consecutive innings. I think Jesse is just so smooth defensively.
So smooth, and it's a transfer for me. She is so sound. She gets the ball out of her glove so quick.
Here's TV Torrey. Torrey Vidalis. Nobody hits it harder in the pro game today. 250 batter with a homer and 5 runs batted in. She began the day 8th on the leaderboard. Big story in week 3. Torrey Vidalis was not hitting with the ferocity that she normally does through the first 2 weeks. Her parents came to town, and Torrey got a chance to spend some time with her dad, who has always been huge in her life in terms of working with her swing. They got together, and bam! Next game, she had 3 extra base hits, including her first homer.
It's amazing the little adjustments that you make and what big difference that it makes. And hearing somebody familiar with your swing, that helps a lot too. Just when someone knows, you look off and you sometimes can't feel it yourself. And when someone else can actually see it for you, it's a huge help, huge difference.
Good hitter's pitch here. 3-1 lashed, but foul. Yeah, Torrey knew that there was going to be something hittable. 3-1.
Just take a look at where this pitch is. It's in tight on her, but her hands so quick to the ball.
Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sydney Romero will be off at first. Ball into the gap, should be able to score. Romero from first. There goes the runner. Looped into the glove of Hannah Flippen. Side is retired. So, scoreless through an inning. Second inning will be worth 20. Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball is sponsored by Nike. Second game of a Week 5 doubleheader. Getting things started Friday evening softball here from Parkway Bank Sports Complex, Rosemont, Illinois. Our first game earlier today, it was a win for Team Ocasio. They won 5-1 over Team Corrick. This is the second inning. Team Lorenz, Team Kilfoyle. This inning will be worth 20 points. And we're going to be joined this half inning by our star in the stands, Taylor McQuillan, one of my favorites. Hey, Taylor, how you doing?
Hey, guys, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
I can't complain. Any day we're watching softball is a good day.
I agree.
Who are you with?
I am with a bunch of girls. Where are we from, you guys? You want to tell us where we're from?
I'm from America. USA.
Great. Are you from this state?
Yeah.
Awesome. And what team do you guys play for?
Thunder, Arlington Heights Thunder.
Okay, Arlington Heights is where they're from.
That's perfect. Good job. Good reporting. Hey, what was the story? You obviously were part of that Team Cork. You guys didn't get the win earlier today. What was the story in that 5-1 loss to Team Ocasio?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we had some quality at bats, and we started putting pieces together. We just couldn't execute getting the runs in, and sometimes that happens. I mean, I think that Lily and Meg did a great job coming out there and shutting us down and getting the outs that they needed to. And you know, they had a couple long balls today that just beat us on some of Georgie's quality pitches, and that happens in this league at this stage. We're in week 5, you know, so everybody's hot and ready to go, and people are going to show up and play their best. And sometimes it just doesn't fall our way, and that's totally okay.
Right, and like you talked about, everybody's getting hot. A lot of these hitters have seen you as pitchers over and over again, and now that you're in week 5, what are some of the big adjustments that you've made?
I think just knowing that you can still throw your stuff and be successful at this level, I think that as many at-bats that hitters see off of us, the pitchers get to see those at-bats as well. And so learning from the mistakes that you might have made in the past weeks, understanding that a hitter still has to be on time, still has to hit your best pitch, and just keeping them off balance with the change of speeds and quality locations. And I think that, you know, sometimes as pitchers, we're not going to go out there and have our best stuff, but being able to spin the ball and move it through the zone and hit a good location, we can still get out. out to this level, and we have great defensive players that can field the ball and make plays behind us. And so, especially this late into the season, trusting what we have and trusting that we're going to be able to get outs no matter who's in the box. And they're going to give us a run for our money, and we're going to do the same thing with them.
Lexi Kilfoyle walks Kelsey Harshman to begin our second inning. You've got one of the best seats in the house to get a scout on Lexi Kilfoyle. This is her first go-around as a professional. What does she throw that you think has been key for her and her success through the first 4 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think that her draw ball is phenomenal. I think you just see it fall off the table. It's really heavy. She's able to locate zones really well, and I think that she picks catchers each week that really vibe well with her, work with what she's trying to do as a pitcher. But just as a rookie coming into this league, knowing what she wants, knowing how she's going to be successful, and then utilizing her off speed in good situations. I think sometimes in certain games you'll see her hold off on it a little bit the first time through the lineup, and then sometimes depending on which lineup she's facing, she might have to utilize it a little bit more. So being able to execute in certain situations and then pairing her draw ball with her changeup well is how she stays super successful.
So going back to you, we're going to talk about you personally. Who is your hard out?
Oh man, I think, you know, I tell everybody this, but I think Tori Vidalis is a very hard out. I
and
think
why?
that I've faced Tori played with her and faced her for the past 6 to 7 years. And I think that she knows everything that I have, and I know everything that she's got. I think our minds are very in sync. We're both eight type personalities, and so I think when you get two people who understand each other very well, when she's in the box, she just becomes a really hard out. And I think that she just gets extra locked in. Sometimes I see her take a deep breath, and I'm like, man, she's going to give me a run for my money here, and she's going to be a tough out. And I think that having somebody like her in the box can be stressful for a pitcher, but I think it's also good because it forces me to have to show up and be that much better. And I think that when she beats me, I'm like, dang, she got me again. And so just the camaraderie that we have with each other on the field, and then playing against each other on other teams, it's like, man, like I wish we were on each other's team, but we don't get that luxury all the time. So it's nice to get a break from competing against each other and getting to play together, and then going back to competing against each other. It's like, okay, now I got to really work for it here. But she's just a really hard out. She has a plan. She goes up there. She tries to execute, and not many balls get by her. And I think that that's the hardest part of getting her out, is you have to find a way to get her to get herself out in this league.
It's a great compliment. Thank you, Taylor. We'll check back in with you later on.
Yeah, awesome. We'll talk in soon.
We've got a runner on at second. Kelsey Harshman walked and then stole second base. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter struck out. So runner on at second, one out. Taylor Edwards is the batter. Off the thumbs and almost caught in foul territory by Bailey Klingler.
Nice little stretch there by Klingler. I thought she almost had it, but almost the ball looked like it was curving away from her. So that's a nice attempt there.
Now, she throws different pitches, but when I watch Lexi Kilfoyle, and I didn't mention a couple of weeks ago when I was working with her, but Kilfoyle, her follow-through, with that little hop that she has, I'm telling you, it's vintage Danielle Lawrie.
Yeah, I totally reminds me of Danielle Lawrie, like that figure four at the end.
Yes.
It's a figure four with your legs.
With the right leg kind of kicked up behind her. I'm telling you, all the folks out of the Pacific Northwest, Heather Tarr, they remember that motion because it won them a national championship when Danielle Lawrie was out there.
Absolutely, and just the way that Lexi Kilfoyle is able to just spin off of her fingers, and I think that's how she gets lift on how she finishes with her release with her legs.
Tagging from second and going to third is Harshman, and she's barely in there. But it's good enough to be 60 feet away from the game's first run. Runner on a third with 2 outs. That was a dangerous, aggressive play for Harshman.
But just a good read from Harshman, just knowing where Claire Davidson was. She was deep right, and so was able to get a good jump and just squeezes in there.
Here's Jessie Warren. 8 hits and 38 at-bats for Jessie Warren. Jessie Warren back in 2020, folks, hit .510. She hit .510. She had 26 hits and 51 at-bats. Just an incredible offensive year. Oh, 2. Guilfoyle tried to get her to chase. Ball and 2 strikes. Guilfoyle hadn't given up a base hit. She's given up 2 base runners, both walks. Flippin in the first, Harshman here in the second. Guilfoyle still dreaming big dreams. Began today 4th out of 61 on the leaderboard. She can get hot and control her own destiny. Pitch a whole bunch of effective innings. Win a whole bunch of innings and games. She's got a puncher's chance at one of the top couple spots. Right back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. Safe. A run scores. Sydney Romero can't make it. And going to second is Jessie Warren. And how important was Kelsey Harshman tagging from second and going to third on that fly ball just a moment ago?
I was just going to say that was the difference right there, that heads-up base running. Yes, a little risky, but if she doesn't take that risk, she doesn't score. And this is just a hard play. That speed of that ground ball and that double clutch by Sydney is where I think that ball got away from her.
Well, it's going to be scored a single and then an error on the throw, allowing Warren to move into second. So that's going to be an earned run against Guilfoyle. Gap shot. Mackenzie Clark splits the difference off the wall in right center. Clark can fly. She's on her way to third, and she'll put on the brakes. An RBI triple for Mackenzie Clark.
I don't know what's more impressive, the hit or the push-ups, but comes out first pitch swinging, but just take a look at her. She just can fly, just picks up speed once she sees where that ball is in the right center gap and is moving. And then the push-ups.
So Lexi Guilfoyle goes 7 batters into the game without giving up a base hit, and then gives up a single and a triple to the 8 and 9 batters in the lineup. A little bit of insurance for Team Lorenz, adding on an extra run, trying to win the first and the second inning. Victoria Hayward, oh, a little sneak attack bunt, mad at herself. Queen Victoria. She was part of that bronze medal team, 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Canadian national team forever. She's been a fixture on a whole bunch of national teams north of the border. Where's number 1? Because she was the first person to sign on with Athletes Unlimited. Can't take that away from her. And remember, this is the first sport with Athletes Unlimited. So she was the first of the first.
The first of
Talk
the
about
first.
taking a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Smacked into center field. That ball had eyes. RBI base hit for Hayward. That's now 3 earned runs against Guilfoyle.
And these hands, just take a look at the hands from Victoria Hayward, just being able to stay through that pitch. That pitch is angled in, a drop in, and beautiful execution up the middle.
The captain, Amanda Lorenz, her team has run out to a 3-0 lead. Lorenz bounced out to the pitcher back in the first inning. Softly hit right side. McKinney underhand flip, and that'll do it. But 3 runs score for Team Lorenz. They'll try and hold the fort when we come back. Yeah, big story in game number 1 was the power stick of Bubba Nichols. She had a 3-run third inning homer. Team Ocasio rode that to a 5-1 win over Team Cork. And what would that result for Bubba Nichols? Let's take a look at our Game 1 MVPs brought to you by the U.S. Air Force. She is MVP number 1, Natasha. That's a +60.
60 for Bubba Nichols, and well deserving. I mean, I said it before, just so clutch at the plate. That 3-1 RBI. Anytime she's got runners in scoring position, she seems to find a way to get it done.
Skylar Wallace also homered. Alicia Ocasio, the captain, pitched 4 shutout innings. She's MVP 3, and well, shout out to Sis Bates. In a losing effort, she at least got defensive MVP, which is a +20. Bailey Klingler leads things off. Smashed it to the wrong person. I'm telling you, there aren't any hits over there. You better try someone else. Hannah Flippen makes no mistakes.
Absolutely no mistakes. I mean, and it doesn't matter where she's at, too, right? She could be at second, short, third. I'm going to go ahead and say one of the best defenders that we have seen in our game, and she gets it done.
Let's check in with Savannah Collins.
Well, this is the 4th team that Amanda Lorenz has put together, and there's one thing that I would say she's mastered this season, and it is putting together a pitching staff. And I like the way she does it, too. At the beginning of a week, she goes to her pitchers and says, hey, take a look at our opponents, look through those lineups, and you guys figure out amongst yourselves who you want to start against and who you want to face. I want you to talk about what your strengths are, the people you hate facing in the batter's box, and really come back to me and help me put together of where am I going to put you in the best spot to succeed. The way that she described it is she wants her pitchers to own their process. That's not her position. That's not her expertise. She just says, hey, I'm going to use you all 3 days, but I need you to come to me and tell me how to use you best. And as we saw last week, it has really paid dividends in allowing her to win these games.
That is great intel, Savannah. Thank you so much. It's interesting to note that Lorenz is the only non-pitcher who's a captain this week.
Right.
And so you got all these pitchers making pitching decisions, also thinking in the back of their mind, well, I just need to pitch because that's all I do. I need to put myself in the game. And Amanda has none of that responsibility.
Absolutely. And being a position player, you want nothing to do when it comes to that pitching. And especially you want those pitchers to own it. They know their strengths and they know the hitters that they're going to have the best matchups against. And I love that she gives them, hey, you get to sign up who you want to show up against. And I love that as a captain. I would love to play for Amanda Lorenz.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Rachel Garcia pitching to Claire Davidson. One last thought on Amanda Lorenz and her pitching staff, though. When you're the #1 captain, when you're on top of the leaderboard, the way that the draft works, there's 4 captains, you actually pick 4th in the first round. So by the time she was able to pick, remember the other 3 captains are all pitchers. All 3 of those pitchers took a pitcher in the first round. Swing and a miss. Garcia strikes out Davidson, 2 outs. So by the time that Amanda Lorenz had a chance to draft, Georgina Cork had taken Taylor McQuillan. Alicia Ocasio had taken Megan Faremo. Lexi Kilfoyle had taken Kat Sandercock. 6 pitchers were already gone.
Right.
So not a lot of options for Amanda, and she's trying to mix and match, and we'll see how it goes this weekend. But that'll be a big story. How can she deal with her pitching staff this weekend? Kaylee Harding has been impressive as a rookie. 8 hits, 2 of them homers. Played for Lonnie Alameda down in Tallahassee. Two balls and a strike. If Garcia can get one more out without 3 runs scoring, it'll be a team win for Team Lorenz. First inning scoreless, so this inning is worth 20. Two. We'll do it again. Could you play when you had bubble gum in your mouth?
I don't think so. I
She
can't.
blew bubble.
Yeah, I can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. I'm not a multitasker at all. So Kaylee Harding is definitely my hero on that.
Now, if you could broadcast while blowing a bubble, then you've really done something.
No, but sometimes I feel like she's blowing a bubble and actually swinging. But I think it relaxes her.
Okay. Sunflower seeds, did you do anything?
In the dugout, as I was sitting down, only doing one thing. Okay.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat, Garcia to Kaylee Harding. And Garcia wins the battle. It'll be an inning win for Team Lorenz. They've now won the first and the second. It's a +20 for everyone on the roster. Welcome back, everyone. It's a 3-0 lead for Team Lorenz. They've won the first and the second inning. We play the third. We're going to be joined this half inning by one of the greatest winners of her generation, the shortstop for Team Kilfoyle, Sydney Romero, Southern California native, and of course won a whole bunch of ball games playing out in Norman, Oklahoma. She is the Sooners' all-time leader in at-bats, doubles. I bet she doesn't know this, though. And sacrifice flies. That's kind of random. Hey, Sydney, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
If I told you you're the Sooners' all-time leader in sacrifice flies, did you know that?
I had no idea. Not bad about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, curious. I've seen you play all over the diamond. You're playing a lot of short this year. Where is your favorite spot to play? Not where you're best at, but where's your favorite spot defensively to play?
If I'm running out to the field, I'm always going to shortstop. And I do that because I feel like when I train at shortstop, I can go anywhere. And I feel like my feet are moving. It's a position that, like I said, I can get my footwork on point, my glove work, and then I can move anywhere, and I'm able to adjust from there.
Eric totally stole my question.
No!
Eric totally stole my question. That's what I wanted to know, but I love that because shortstops, you can play anywhere, right? And
Absolutely.
So, who is someone that you hate to defend?
Aubrey Leach.
Yeah.
When I'm at third base, she is someone who, if you're up, she's going to hit it right past you really hard. If you're back, she's going to drop a bunt, drop a slap. She's just a hard person to defend. Her IQ for softball is the best here, in my opinion, and she's just a very good athlete.
Sis said the same thing.
Yeah.
That was her answer, was
Yeah,
Aubrey Leach.
she's a tough one. I mean, at both positions, but for me specifically third base. Yeah, Lex. Yeah, buddy.
So defensively, if you're going to work with the young athletes, what is the first thing that you want to teach her?
I like to get footwork down. That's something I harp with my girls at Oregon. I always joke with them. I'm like, it's not a bad hop, it's just bad feet.
Yeah.
And I tell myself that, practice what you preach here. And it's funny because I kind of get on myself. I'm like, man, I got to do that because I'm telling my girls to do it. So footwork is something that I work on a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, go get it.
Talk about how coaching has helped you as an athlete.
I would say it's helped me mentally wise, being able to have different approaches and game plans and seeing what works for people and what doesn't. It's expanded my thoughts on the game and who I am as a player, and I think it's challenged me in a lot of ways on getting better, and I still don't think I've reached my peak, and I'm excited for that, and it really excites me knowing that I don't think I'm my best yet. So knowing that I'm able to always get better and train in that way.
Well,
Lex.
that's exciting for us. I mean, I think the world of you. Love watching you play. You only have 30 minutes to practice. Are you picking up a bat or picking up a glove?
I'm picking up a bat. Hitting is fun. I love hitting. I love me some defense, but hitting is so mental, and there's a lot of things you can do in your swing. I just also enjoy hitting. It's something that I'm very passionate about with my family.
No, definitely. So over the last couple of weeks, your hitting has picked up. What has been some of the adjustments that you've been working on?
Yeah, I always sit. Good, BK. For me personally, it's you know, I always come in to AU and I'm like, I don't want to be good week 3. I want to be good from the start. So I really took control of my training extra this season and tried different things. I still feel like I'm navigating things with coaching and playing and working out, figuring out what works best for me. Hold on. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. Let's roll it. I got it. I'm middle. Yeah, Lex. Me and you. Got you. Yeah, so navigating my training and seeing what works best for me. But recently it's been more of just, you know, finding my swing. I feel like my leg kick is always something that's hard for me to find without playing throughout the year and seeing, you know, a ton of live pitching. But the leg kick, I would say, so the timing piece is always the hardest.
I just heard you say, I got it, when you're talking to your second baseman, Sydney McKinney. Are you talking about on a steal, or are you talking about if there's a double play to the pitcher?
I was talking to Sid about the steal, but I got it on everything right now.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, Lex. Our way, Sid. Roll it.
Sydney, well, I'm loving this. We're just going to listen to you interact with your defense, okay?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thanks. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. Me and you, Sid. Good. Go get it. Roll us one. Here we go. Me and you, Tori.
Are you surprised that it's going to, if there's a steal, that it's the shortstop, Romero, covering, not the second baseman?
No, I'm not surprised at all. More times than not, it should be your shortstop covering.
I was just thinking right-handed batter, pull it.
And so what you can do sometimes is side of the plate. You can have that communication with your second baseman. So if it's inside to a righty, your second baseman will take it if it's outside. But because Lexi throws a lot of drop balls.
Hit hard down the right field line, playing it beautifully is the right fielder, Claire Davidson. That is out number 1.
Good work, Lex. Sid, let's roll this right here. Me and you.
And what I was going to say, because Lexi throws a lot of drop balls, you can kind of stay true as a shortstop and be able to cover second on the steal.
Yeah, Lexi, here we go. Good. I like it. Good pitch. Yeah, Kayla.
Kelsey Harshman needs to tie the shoe. You hear all that talk, all the chatter from Sydney Romero. Is it possible to be a great defender in the infield and not talk?
No. You got to be able to communicate. Like, no, you can't be good. I mean, obviously you could be good, but the greats are the ones that are continuously talking and communicating. And defense is a team thing, you know? So if I'm playing over, I need my second baseman to know, like, you've got a lot of room if there's a little bloop up the middle. I need you to be there. Just you got to constantly be communicating on who's covering the bag, and also, like, you know, if you've got a slap hitter up, who's covering.
Good work. Yeah,
if she shows bunt, who's going to, or she's going, your second baseman's going to 1. You got to cover second on the steal. So you got to talk. You have to communicate.
Yes, Sid. Good. Oh, my God. Stay there. Stay there. You'll get it. Come on. Yeah, Lex. Yeah, bud. Go get it. Yeah, Lex. Ow. Good job. Good job. Yes, Kayla. Good job.
Wonderful stuff.
Good job.
Sydney Romero, you're just putting on a clinic for us. And it's that vertical tag. That vertical tag is the difference right there of just going straight down to get Hannah flipping.
Good peg by Kayla Kowalik. That throw was not only hard, but it was right on the money. And that'll be a 2-out walk by Kilfoyle to keep the inning alive. Kelsey Harshman's aboard.
Go right out here, buddy. Here we go. If you need it, Sid, easy way. Yeah, bud.
I will say this about Sydney Romero. There is probably going to be many seasons that happen where there's not a bad throw from the catcher to the pitcher, but she's backing up every single one of them.
Every single one. It's just those little things, those little intricacies of the game. I think that's the difference. That's what makes her such a great defender, is being where she needs to be every single time. And the communication. She's constantly talking. I mean, even just the communication of telling Lexi, stay there. You know, she missed that pitch. And, you know, as a pitcher, they need to hear that. You know, right behind you, just stay there. We got your back.
Stay there. Said backhand, I'm here.
Sydney, we've been listening in. This has been just fantastic. This has been a master's class, listening to the way you communicate and play shortstop.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yo, Lex! Easy.
Hey, clip it off. Beautiful stuff, Sydney. Thank you so much. Great stuff.
Guys, thank you. Good work, Lexi. Good job, buddy. Here we go.
It's the Sydney Romero Show here in Rosemont.
Yeah, every year I've kind of tried to elevate my goals of like what I wanted to accomplish. So the past couple years it was like top 10 is where I wanted to be, and just missed that cusp like last year. And it had a lot to do with win points last year. I was not always on a winning team. So I came in wanting to medal, but also I wanted to win. That's what gets you to the top in this league is winning softball games and winning innings.
Once you start winning, once you're on the successful team, the chances of you becoming a captain increases. And for you stepping into that role this season, is it what you thought it was going to be?
I was definitely really nervous.
Yeah.
I allowed myself to be nervous for a few hours, and I was like, you know what, this is a challenge. I'm going to lean in. I'm going to see how good I can be at this. It's been really fun, and I think that each week I've gotten a little bit more comfortable and a little bit better.
A little bit better. A ton better. Good golly, she has been excellent every single thing that she's done. This is the progression. She's always finished in the top 14. This year she's currently #1 with a bullet. But look at the numbers batting average wise. Last year and this year, 478, 450. And now we're getting a chance to see what she can do as a captain and make decisions for herself and her team. She's been close to flawless. Dating back to week 4, her teams have now won 22 of the last 23 innings.
Just incredible, and it's all goes down to the people that she's picking. She's creating this environment week to week where she's choosing winning teams, and everybody's comfortable, everybody's ready to thrive, and I think there's something to be said about that. So yeah, you can have all the stat points and you can do great, but if you're not winning, like she said, you've got to get those win points, and so important to have a collective group to help you do that.
I'd imagine there's a little bit of pressure if you get drafted by Amanda. It's like, hey, you know, this is the standard that we've been playing at.
That's the winning team.
Yeah. On the ground to third. Jesse Warren throws out Caroline Jacobson. Now the trends now in week 5. They are standing out like a sore thumb with Amanda Lorenz, the way that she has been able to get her points. MVP points have counted for 10%. Stat points, we're talking singles, doubles, steals, that kind of stuff, 21%. But look at that, 69% of her points have come because of winning innings and winning games.
Incredible. It's the little game within the big game. So those innings, just thinking about the small things of that's all you got to do is win those little innings, and leads to the big stuff, winning the games.
Let's check in with Savannah.
Well, you heard from Amanda just about how much she's dove into winning the game. She actually told me how last season there was a point where she was hitting 500 and was in like 40th place on the leaderboard. And she just said, I can't keep doing this. It really frustrated her. And so she was like, you know what? When I come into this season, it's going to be about winning by any means, not just me playing well by any means. And we've seen how just the shift in mentality for her has paid off, and how it's developed even more into a captain. You heard her say, you know, I was kind of nervous stepping into this role. Now she says, gosh, I would hate to not be running my own team. I want to put my lineup together. I want to be in the driver's seat when it comes to the outcome of these games because of the team I picked, the lineup I put together, and the way that I contributed.
Well, when Amanda was at Florida, she just missed out on winning a national championship. The Gators won the year before she got there, 2015. She started at Florida in 2016, was an All-American, was one of the best ever play in the Southeastern Conference between 16 and 19. Went to the College World Series 3 times, but never won it all. This is a big-time chance for her to be the best of the best here at Athletes Unlimited.
Just a leader. I mean, just from having conversations with her, she's such a leader and just it has such an infectious personality. So I can see how that has, you know, passed on to her teammates and just her embracing this role as a captain. Like, she gets to make the decisions and she gets to build the culture.
Two and two to the number 9 hitter, Kayla Kowalik. Garcia strikes her out. 3 strikeouts for Garcia. So Garcia struck out 3 of the last 4 batters she's faced. She's gone through the lineup 1 time and is not allowed a base hit. Only base runner, Sierra Romero, who reached on an error by the first baseman, Stuart Hunter. Sydney McKinney. Three-0 ball game, bottom of the 3rd. Should Team Kilfoyle score a run here in the 3rd, they'd win an inning for the first time. Up against it, though. Ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. McKinney against Garcia. Play doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday, and then it'll all be over. We'll crown a champion for the 5th time here at the AU. On the ground to Warren. Another ground ball out. Rachel Garcia cruising through 3 innings. It's a 3-0 lead for Team Lorenz. This is week 5, Athletes Unlimited Softball Championship season. We've had gorgeous weather, folks. I'm telling you, we've had a delay. But for the most part, it has been picture-perfect, fast-pitch softball weather. Great story all season long has been Sachelle Palacios playing with her sister more often than not as she finishes off her pro career. Our week 4 captains, Amanda Lorenz, Georgina Corrick, Alicia Ocasio, and the rookie Lexi Kilfoyle, who continues to impress. Did have a bit of a speed bump in our ball game today. Here in our 2nd inning, she gave up 3 earned runs, but she continues in the game. She'll pitch the 4th inning with 20 points on the line. Whichever side can outscore the other here in the 4th inning will get a plus 20. Taylor Edwards, Jesse Warren, Mackenzie Clark will bat in the 4th. With Natasha Watley and Savannah Collins, I'm Eric Collins. Taylor Edwards flying out to right field back in the 2nd inning. It was on the first pitch that she saw. It was actually a productive out as it allowed Kelsey Harshman to tag from 2nd and go to 3rd. There are 3 active players in the game right now from Murrieta, California. Who knew? You got Taylor Edwards in the batter's box. You got the shortstop, Sydney Romero, who we talked to an inning ago. And you got Sydney's sister, Sierra Romero, who's the DP for Team Kilfoyle. How's that possible?
Yeah.
Jeez. This big world we live in. This is an international game, and we got 3 players in the same hometown.
Softball's popular there, I guess.
Now, Taylor had a great playmate growing up in Murrieta, California. Her sister, twin sister, Tatum, was a phenomenal pitcher, both at Nebraska and as a pro. I remember watching Tatum Edwards. I've done that for years. I remember watching Tatum Edwards do a handstand from foul pole to foul pole.
Oh, wow.
She was big time into CrossFit and just was unbelievably athletic. She did a handstand from foul pole to foul pole and didn't think anything of it.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember watching her compete and just the tandem, both of them, just a core memory of them just working together, and they just work so well together. Just as a battery at Nebraska, just fun to watch them through the ranks.
That's a good professional at bat for Taylor Edwards. She draws the leadoff walk to begin our 4th inning. Be sure to check out the brand new AU Pro Athletes Marketplace. This hub is for businesses and fans to engage with AU athletes directly on a variety of individual NIL activities. Go to auprosports.com/marketplace to see how you can support your favorite athletes today. Well, when you play 5 consecutive weeks in one spot with the same 60 athletes, it's a special environment. We first did this back in 2020 with the COVID bubble surrounding this whole project. And we made it through with flying colors, and that spawned everything else, volleyball and basketball and lacrosse. But this was it. This was the trial run. Jesse Warren was a part of it. And all players who were here, everyone involved, staff, umpires, everyone, never forget. Swinging bunt for Jesse Warren. Can't hit it any softer, and she's going to get herself a base hit.
Sometimes those swinging bunts are just what you need, but Jesse Warren just booking it out of the box on this. This is almost acting as if it's a sacrifice, but moves the runner up and gets herself a hit.
Taylor Edwards has been lifted. We have a pinch runner at second base. It is Alchin, Jadalyn Alchin. You got Jesse Warren at first. And here's Mackenzie Clark, who hit the hardest ball of the day her first time up. An RBI triple back in that 2nd inning. Mackenzie Clark showed up out in Wichita, Kansas back in June. No guarantees that she was going to do anything this summer besides play AUX. But she was so good so early on that she was offered a contract to play here in the championship season, and she's been as good here in the championship season as he was in AUX. Tagging from second, going to third is Alchin, and going from first to second is Warren. A productive out for Mackenzie Clark. 2 now in scoring position with 1 out. That was Alchin taking a chance, making it happen, and then Jesse Warren, very heads up, taking an extra bag.
I was looking at Jadalyn Alchin at second. It almost looked like she stumbled a little bit or hesitated, but got in there cleanly.
And now what this is going to do is it's going to make Victoria Hayward triply dangerous. Because Vic is swinging a hot bat, and now the infield's going to be in all the way around. Great hitting opportunity for Hayward. Into left field, hit well, over the head of Harding. 2 will score. Hayward, a stand-up double. Victoria Hayward is locked in right now.
And just smart situational hitting there. That's a 1-0 count, and in this situation, you just want something to get to the green. And that's just a perfect little piece of hitting, but you can see Kaylee Harding, her route to the ball looks like she got caught up and just crossed her path there, but
she's clapping hands, but trying to protect that broken finger. Got to be careful clapping hands. And Lexi Kilfoyle has to leave the ball game. She's given up 5 runs. All of them have been earned. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Now, tough start to the work week for Lexi Kilfoyle. She has given up 5 earned runs as we play the top of the 4th inning. She's responsible for Victoria Hayward on its second. Still just 1 out. And Kat Sandercock will be our new pitcher.
And this is a good call. I mean, again, it's hard for the captains to have to make that call, but Catherine Sandercock is a great compliment to Lexi Kilfoyle. Lexi Kilfoyle has that more heavy drop, and Catherine Sandercock has a drop as well, but she will mix in that rise ball and change eye levels.
Well, welcome to the game. First batter she'll face is Amanda Lorenz. And Lorenz is due. Amanda's batted twice, hadn't gotten the ball out of the infield. She's bounced to the pitcher and bounced to second. Number 1 on the leaderboard. Into left field, and the catch is made by Harding. Bit of a stutter step. 2 down. Something you rarely say. Amanda Lorenz is 0 for 3. Something you rarely say. Amanda Lorenz swung at the first pitch.
She swung at the first pitch, being aggressive, and that's all you can ask for. I mean, she's being a hard out. That's a hard hit right there.
Updated leaderboard. Left-hand portion of your screen. Amanda Lorenz still in first place, but Alicia Ocasio, she picked up a bunch of points earlier today. Her team, as the captain, won every single inning against Team Court, and they won the game, so that's plus 70, plus 50. She was MVP 3, which is plus 20. And in the circle, she pitched 4 shutout innings, so she didn't go backwards. No negative points for earned runs. And the 4 innings is 3 outs per inning. That's 12 times 4. That's 48. Good golly. That's a whole bunch of points.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah. That's how you close the gap.
I'm waiting for you to do your math.
Here's Flip. I would say she's had a perfect day, but she got caught stealing an inning ago. Flip walked in the first inning, singled in the third, but then got caught stealing. When you caught stealing, that's -10.
Yeah, and we talked about, like, why are we not seeing more athletes just go for it? Like, try to rack up those points, but that big risk that you take is that -10, so a lot of athletes probably would be a little bit more hesitant, but I like Flip going for it.
Hardest question of the night. You played forever, internationally, professionally, collegiately. Who was the one catcher who gave you a little bit of thought of saying, maybe I shouldn't try and steal on her?
Stacey Newman.
Newbie!
Newbie. And I only got to play against her, like, in scrimmages, Team USA. Obviously, I was usually her teammate, which was a good thing. Hated to run on her.
Flippin flies to right field. Catch is made by Davidson, and the side is retired. So Sandercock comes into the ball game, retires Lorenz and Flippin, but 2 more score for Team Lorenz. Team Lorenz. They scored twice already here in this 4th inning, trying to hold on and win both the 3rd and the 4th inning. This inning is worth 20 points. They already lead 5-0 over Team Kilfoyle. Rachel Garcia has not allowed a base hit through the first 3 innings. She'll face 2 Romeros and then Tori Vidalis here in the 4th. Starting the stands, Taylor McQuillan. Taylor, how you doing? What's going on? What's the latest with your crew?
We're doing great. We're just up here talking all things softball, about the best food places in the area, and a lot of dogs. There's a lot of dog lovers up here, so we're just comparing pictures of all of our pets, and they ask a bunch of questions, which is great. So I love it. I'm just having a blast with them.
Taylor, who is your pick? We are in week 5. Who are you picking to win this thing?
Well, I would like to say Georgina Cork because she's my captain this week, and my goal is to do anything that I can to help her. So I think that's my goal every year in week 5 is, okay, who's your captain? Let's ride it out with them. So I'm going to say Georgie. But, you know, I mean, I think that outside of Georgie, Amanda Lorenz has just made a case for herself and has had a phenomenal season. And, I mean, she's a phenomenal athlete. So it's about time that she gets her flowers, too. So anybody at the top really has a chance. And I think that that goes unnoticed sometimes, and people can sneak up there real quick. And it could be anybody's game, but I think Amanda and Georgie are my top picks this week to win.
Taylor, I want your professional opinion. You've got a great scout from where you're sitting. What's been the story with Rachel Garcia? What's working for her?
You know, I mean, Rachel just does a great job of throwing curveballs to both sides of the plate, and she's just a little stubborn with it. Sometimes she doesn't always get the call, and she goes right back and just gets it done, you know? And I think that, as I say that, she gives up, you know, a hit on a backdoor, but it happens, and Romo's a great hitter, too. But she's just done a great job at painting the corners with her curve and her backdoor, and going up in the zone when she's ahead in the count. But I think she's just staying stubborn, forcing the umpire to give her strikes, and using the off speed. But her and Tay work really well together. I mean, they're usually paired together most of the time, so I think that they know each other like the back of their hands, and Tay just does a great job pitch calling for Rach and staying just as stubborn with her. So Rach has been doing a great job of pounding the zone and forcing people to put the ball in play, and that's all you can ask of her, and she has a great defense behind her, so it makes it easy when you're up some runs and you have some defensive plays behind you to get some outs.
Who do you like throwing to the most here?
You know, I have had my fair share of catchers behind the plate in the last 5 years. I'm not really picky with who I have behind the plate. What I will say is I love Slash to death. I think she's absolutely amazing. And Taylor Edwards does a great job too. This year I've gotten to work with Gwen Svekis a little bit more, and that's just made me appreciate the moments that I've had with her, because there's a reason why she's behind the plate and why her pitchers are super successful. But I think between the three of them, between Tay, Sasha, and Gwen, they just do such a great job of understanding their pitchers, understanding who they are as athletes, but also understanding, like, learning the mindset of their pitchers and like wanting to throw what the pitcher wants to throw, and being okay with the pitcher shaking off. But I also think that, like, looking at somebody like Charlize Palacios, who's a rookie in this league, coming in and just playing like a vet and understanding what the pitchers want and just being her and calling her game too has been super successful. But I also want to make sure that Jordan Roberts gets her flowers too, because she is unbelievably amazing. She's a 5-year vet in this league, and the opportunities that she's gotten, I mean, she's been behind the plate for some key quality games, for Meg's no-hitter, Deja Molipola when she was here, for Kat's no-hitter, and I just love Deja too. So there's not one catcher that I truly love more than all the others, and I want to give them all their flowers because they're equally as great and they do a great job, and not one catcher is the answer to being successful in this league. But there are catchers who click with pitchers, and I think you see that with Rachel and Tay, and Alyssa Denham and Gwen Svekis, or Alicia Casio and Gwen Svekis. So it's nice to see those pairs, but for me it's really nice to get to experience all the catchers in this league and, like, see what makes them so great, because every catcher here truly makes me better at what I do, and gives me a different insight to what I'm capable of and what I can achieve in different aspects. So every catcher here is just such a quality catcher, and we do a great job of having catchers that come in year in and year out and just show up and show out for their pitchers behind the plate.
Well, you're giving flowers. I'm going to give you a couple of flowers, Taylor. You have played now 5 seasons, not including this season, 5 seasons of either championship season, AU softball, or AUX. You have improved your spot on the leaderboard every single season. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
That's not a coincidence.
That's the goal. That's the goal. I mean, I my goal every year is to show up and get better and be better at my craft and what I do, but be able to put up the numbers for the team. And I think that, like, something I think I heard you guys talking about a little bit earlier, but like something that Tosh might have said is, like, we have players that have come into this league and been really successful individually, but individual stat points don't always get you everywhere. And I think that this year, more than anything, like, I just want to be super bought into the teams that I'm on, and whatever I can do and whatever role that I can be. And like right now, like, I feel like I'm not at my best. I wasn't where I was at in AUX, and I didn't feel like I was at my best there either. But I think that just being able to come in and say, like, what can I do to make the team successful this week? What can I do to get all of us elevated on that board? What can I do to make sure that when we leave here, we're having a good time and that we're enjoying softball and that we're enjoying being professional athletes? Because our time span of being able to play the game and being in a career is not that long. So whatever I can do to make the most of my career, enjoy the moments while I have it, and enjoy the moments with the people that I have, because you get to change teams each week. And I've just, the past 2 weeks, I've truly enjoyed the teams that I've been on. I've truly enjoyed this past season. This is my first time playing in AUX, so I really got to enjoy that experience too. Not sure how I like the doubleheaders. My body doesn't really like them, so I'm glad that they're over. But my goal is just to show up and be myself, but try to get better, try to bring a new element of surprise every year, and just give it my all on the field, because that's what everybody else is doing, and we can't ask everybody to be perfect. We can just ask them to show up and play the game the way they know how.
I've heard you say it before, be where your feet are. I love it.
Correct.
Thank you, Taylor. Great stuff. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you again this weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Great job, Taylor.
Thanks.
The great lefty from Arizona, Taylor McQuillan. A lot of matchups over the years with Rachel Garcia, who's in a dogfight with TV Tori Vidalis. Another 3-2 pitch. Off the thumbs. Do it again. You got a runner on second base. That's Sierra Romero, leadoff single. Sierra's younger sister, Sydney Romero, bounced to the pitcher. And with one out, runner in scoring position. Remember, Team Kilfoyle, they need to score twice this inning to at least tie Team Lorenz and not lose the inning. Ninth pitch, Garcia to Vidalis. The next time Rachel Garcia gives in will probably be the first time ever. Rachel Garcia is just a bulldog.
Yeah, I was like, giving in. I'm like, that is not in her vocabulary. And just, I love what Taylor McQuillan had to say about her. Just her stubbornness with her backdoor and her curve, and that is so on brand for Rachel Garcia because she's such a competitor and perfectionist. But what Rachel does so well is when she is splitting the zone vertically, going up and down.
That should be playable. Oh my goodness, what a catch by Warren, and an even better throw. Oh, Jesse Warren, how do you do? That is vintage number 30 defensively. Caught it on her wallet.
How did she even catch that?
And the
amazing
instincts to know that immediately I got to get it to third.
The throw. Yeah, the catch was one thing, but it's that throw. I mean, she was literally sitting down on the ground and makes an on-target throw.
And the arm strength to throw a rocket to third. So a great at bat for Vidalis results in nothing. Jessie Warren has been an AU Defensive Player of the Year. We only hand out one of those awards. She's going to be in the conversation again this year. Bailey Klingler. Bailey Klingler is one of those players we were talking about a couple innings ago. You can put up numbers, and if things don't go your way, maybe you're not on a leaderboard people don't recognize. But she came into this game, hit .353. 12 hits and 34 at bats. Nothing to sneeze at, and didn't have much to show for it on the leaderboard.
And it's all about being on those winning teams, right? And I think, too, as the season has progressed, she's starting to come into her own a little bit. Watched her at AUX, and she just, it just seemed like her timing was off, her rhythm was off, and, as you start to get more ABs, get a little bit more games underneath you, get a little bit more comfortable, and you've seen her start to come in her own, the Bailey Klingler that we all know. So it's been nice to kind of see her get a little bit more comfortable in the batter's box.
Garcia trying to get back to that dugout. It does seem, I don't know if you have an answer to this, but over the years, Garcia has a whole bunch of foul balls against her.
I think a lot of the athletes have seen her. They're comfortable with her. A lot of these people have faced her, and she's been going side to side. And so that's what I'm more used to seeing her get more swings and misses on her rise ball, and she's been going to her curve and backdoor curve a lot more.
That ball just disappeared. 4 strikeouts for Garcia. She pitches yet another shutout inning, and it is an inning win for everyone on Team Lorenz. They have now won the first 4 innings.
And she picks up another K on the day with that changeup in the dirt.
Made it to inning number 5. It has been a great start for everyone on Team Lorenz. What's new? Amanda Lorenz has been super successful as she's hoping to join this accomplished list Let's break down how these winners have won over the years. Kat Osterman, Alicia Ocasio, Deja Mulipola, Odyssey Alexander a year ago. Leading the league in win points is always super important, but it's not mandatory. Leading the league in stat points 3 out of the 4 years has been enough to get it done. That's kind of been the big theme. Kat, Alicia Ocasio, Deja Mulipola, all with the most stat points on their way to a championship. And MVP points, man, Kat Osterman was dominant. There were games she didn't even pitch. You know, she obviously was an MVP those games, but she didn't play all 15 games that she could have, yet she still had that many MVP points because every game she did play, she was some form of MVP. Erin Koffel swings at the first pitch and gets herself a base hit to begin our 5th inning.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, you know, that's Kat Osterman just showing off, leading in every single category, the stats, the wins. Just speaks volumes to her, and just to have her win that inaugural year, I thought was huge. And you talked about earlier with Sam Fisher kind of connecting the generations. I think Kat Osterman would be another one connecting the generations of just seeing her win, and I thought that it was just a powerful way to see her get it done.
Yeah, no one really ever asks me, but if someone ever did, if I was asked for my Mount Rushmore of important softball players of the yellow ball era, I'm not going to go back to the 80s, but of the yellow ball era, it would be Kat Osterman for what she did for as long as she did. It would be Jennie Finch for the publicity, for her ability, for her longevity. We're playing actually at 27 Jennie Finch Way. That's where this building is located. I have to have Lisa Fernandez because she bridged the gap between white ball and yellow ball. Was able to do it in the circle, was able to do it with her fierceness, her ferocity, with the bat in her hands. And my 4th is always Kelly Crutchman, because Kelly played forever. Yeah. She was a pro's pro. She was on every dusty field in North America, and she never hung up, and she got us from there to here.
I would add another one. I would add, well,
that
was yours. That was yours. Sorry, I guess I got to do my own. But I mean, I guess if I had to make mine, I agree with those. I would add Jessica Mendoza on that.
Wow, okay.
I would add Jessica Mendoza. I mean, just her ability. She also brought visibility and has connected the gap between softball and baseball. Just what she's been able to do post-playing, I think, has been impactful as well, and playing too. I'm going to put Jessica on my list as well.
My highest compliment I can give Jessica Mendoza, the prettiest swing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, her ability to hit some of pitches like over her head and still hit them out and hit them solid, I don't know how. But she just had like a tomahawk chop, and and just aggressive. I mean, if you know anything about Jessica, she doesn't do anything not aggressive. Like, she attacks everything. Like, she's running bases, she's mowing you over. But just her swing, never got cheated on any swing in her life.
And she could run. I think that kind of gets lost. She could really run.
That's true. That is true.
I've got certain moments with certain players. You're on my list too.
All right.
I'm telling you, if I was paying to come into games and I saw you get from home to third on a triple, that was money well spent. That was a real highlight for me. Sandercock fields her position and throws out Kelsey Stewart-Hunter. So 2 outs. Erin Koffel moves into scoring position. That's pretty cool that there is now a generation of softball fans who are going to grow up and saying, you know what, they're going to get a totally different world of players that they can watch and marvel at and admire because of this, because of Athletes Unlimited. We're giving softball fans around the world an opportunity, 2 games a night for 5 consecutive weeks in August, to watch these great players play and form memories.
Yeah, and I just think about, even the young girls that we see in the stands, like, this is their norm, to see these athletes playing on this platform, playing at this level, the best of the best. Think about all the young girls at home getting the opportunity to turn on their TVs time and time again and to be able to see this game being played at such a high level with such great athletes. Times have changed. It's been fun to watch.
0-2 to Taylor Edwards. Taylor singled back in the 4th inning. Kat Sandercock came in an inning ago, replacing Lexi Kilfoyle. I'm starting to get a little bit curious as to what Amanda Lorenz is thinking about. She has ridden Rachel Garcia through 4 shutout innings. Garcia's only given up 1 hit. She has not walked a soul. She's faced 2 over the minimum. There was an error behind her back in the 1st inning, and then she gave up the hit to Romero. But does Amanda want to maybe sprinkle in a new pitcher as we get later into our ball game? Popped up behind home plate and out of play. Amanda doesn't want to take the foot off the gas. Teams that she has been on have lost 1 inning in the last 4 games that she's played. She's getting greedy. She wants every inning. On the ground. That is a fair ball. Klingler with plenty of arm to get Edwards, and the side is retired. Leadoff single by Erin Caulfield go by the wayside.
And Bailey Klingler just flashing the leather. Sweet play for out number 3. Rachel Garcia has been dealing tonight. She's been living off that vertical separation, going up and down, and when she can do that, she is unstoppable. That drop is her off speed. She's been doing a great job.
She's got 4 strikeouts. All of them have been swinging. She has not walked a soul. She has allowed just 1 base hit. That was a, no doubt about it, single by Sierra Romero in the 4th inning. So 4 shutout innings. We'll have Claire Davidson leading things off, followed by Kaylee Harding and then Caroline Jacobson. Davidson struck out against Garcia in the 2nd inning. This inning is worth 10 points. Should Team Kilfoyle just get 1 run, it would be their 1st inning win of the day. That'd be a +10 for everyone in that dugout. Rachel is from Palmdale, California. And she now has Davidson set up. Strikeouts for Garcia. That's the 2nd time she's got Claire Davidson. Well, it's not just about the strikeouts for Rachel Garcia. It's about how heads up she's been.
Super heads up. And I don't think we even mentioned, I wanted to make sure we went back to this, but on that Jessie Warren catch, she's the one that went over to cover 3rd base to make that out. And that is huge. I mean, she didn't make the out at 3rd, but just heads up to be able to go over there and cover. Almost got the out.
And that was a nasty short hop that she made look effortless.
Easy.
Yeah, not only is she super talented and super fierce, she's a great athlete. Kaylee Harding. It's a foul ball right side. Let's check in with Savannah.
You know, this Rachel Garcia we're seeing right now, I gotta say, Megan Faremo kind of tipped me off on it last week when she was working with her and they were on the same team. She said Rachel is an absolute dog and never let her stats or her status on the leaderboard let you forget that. She talked a lot about just perception of, you know, how is Rachel doing this season? Or maybe she's not the Rachel Garcia people might describe who's been an AUX champion. But she said there's something about her when she's lower on the leaderboard that she kicks it into another gear. And Megan Faremo said if there is a Rachel Garcia to be scared of, it's that one.
Thank you, Savannah. Rachel Garcia's first go-around at Athletes Unlimited is 2022 out in San Diego. She played AUX, came in second. Then came here to Rosemont, 2022 championship season, came in 8th. That's the worst she's ever finished. Next year, AUX, first. 2023 championship season, 4th. So 2nd, 8th, 1st, 4th. Those are her finishes every season.
Right, and just thinking about her at the bottom of the leaderboard, I mean, just,
She's feasting on Claire Davidson and Kaylee Harding.
Yeah.
She has struck them out a combined 4 times.
Not someone to be overlooked at all. And just, again, that off-speed drop that she's been using has just been incredible. And she's been leaning on that a little bit more this season. I've been seeing her throw that a lot more.
Oh, they're taking her out. So Amanda Lorenz, who has literally not made a mistake in weeks, has decided to take Rachel Garcia out before she faces Caroline Jacobson with 2 outs and the bases clear in the 5th inning. Ooh, she's going to bring in Alyssa Denham. Alyssa Denham is going to get a nice round of applause as she comes on. She has been super, super great in years past. Coming in 2nd in each of the last 2 championship seasons. So I'm assuming this was choreographed a long time ago because it didn't look like Rachel Garcia's losing any strength.
No, and it looked like it was almost planned. I mean, right after the pitch, she just started walking towards the dugout. And so maybe that was the plan the whole time going in. It was, hey, let's give them a good look. Or sorry, give them a different look. Let's bring in Alyssa Denham.
Denham right there smack dab in the middle of the leaderboard, 28th out of 61 players. Years past, she's been really good at keeping the ball in the ballpark and getting strikeouts when need be. That's the key for pitching. So don't give up homers. Keep the ball on the ground and get a strikeout to get yourself out of trouble. Two outs, bases clear. Rachel Garcia is lifted. Another outing without a walk for Rachel. She's probably hoping there's 5 more weeks, the way that she's starting to pick up her game.
Like Faremo said, she's dangerous. She's just starting to get hot.
Denham's first pitch. Clubbed into center field. And over the head of Victoria Hayward. Jacobson on her way to second. She's going to try for 3. And she's out! Oh, Jacobson got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. A brilliant relay throw from Hannah Flippin, and the inning is over.
Team Kilfoyle is challenging the out call at third base. The play is now under review.
Okay, we're going to have a captain's challenge. Why not? That was an easy double for Jacobson. She thought 3, wanted an extra 10 points, and it may have cost her. Let's take a look at the slide and the tag.
That's on the money, but it's the relay for me, just to not give up on that play, and she's definitely out. But just the misread from Hayward to continuing to go and hustle, get that ball. The play's not over. And perfect on the money throw. She's out.
What a good tag by Jessie, too. Facilitator Emily Carasoni was thinking with her heart, not her head.
Yeah, she's just probably seeing the play. She sees it.
Still waiting on the official ruling. This is big for Caroline Jacobson. If it's a double, it's plus 20. If it's triple, it's plus 30 for her. Here's
After further review, the call on the field is upheld. The runner is out. This is Team Kilfoyle's first challenge.
So the inning ends on the double by Caroline Jacobson, who's thrown out trying to go from second to third. Pretty nice work by Hayward, Flippin, and then Warren.
And you can't get more on the money than this throw from Hannah Flippin. Out number 3 for Team Lorenz.
Nothing but fireworks for Team Lorenz yet again. After winning all 3 games a week ago in week 4, they're up to a great start here in week 5. They lead 5-0 over Team Kilfoyle. And this inning is going to be worth 20 points. Top of the 6th inning, Team Lorenz batting against Kat Sandercock. And a big reason why Team Kilfoyle has nothing next to their name is because of the work of Rachel Garcia, who joins us now for a chair chat. Rachel, 4 2/3 shutout innings. What was your big pitch working tonight?
I would say it has to be my off speed. I think that was the biggest pitch for me. That was very successful, especially going up some of their power righties. And then just kind of coming in with my rise ball towards the end there.
Yeah, definitely. You're splitting the zone vertically, going up, going down. What has been your biggest change, adjustment as we go into week 5?
I think just being where my feet are. I think that's most important. I knew coming into this team, it's the last weekend. Just have to enjoy the moment and just, you know, give everything I got.
What was the thought process as you were clearly cruising? You only gave up 1 hit through 4 2/3, but you strike out Davidson, you strike out Harding, and then you immediately come out of the game and Melissa Denna comes in to replace you. Was that thought of beforehand?
Oh yeah, it was definitely thought of beforehand. I think the pitching staff that Lorenz has is just phenomenal, especially when you have me and Denham, who are complete opposites. And then coming in with what she has, I think is just, it's cool to see, just, you know, both of us working together.
So did you guys talk about that strategy of the timing of that? Or like why at that time?
Yeah, at the beginning it was like a 3-2-2 inning situation for all of us. And I think after that first 2 innings, I told Lorenz, I'm like, I'm good to stay in. I'll give you what I got, and we'll roll with it. So going into that 5th inning, we kind of talked about having Denham come in right after me after those 2 outs.
You had a no-hitter going through 3 innings. I know you. The ball is dropped out in left field by Kaylee Harding. That's going to allow Mackenzie Clark to move into second. So runner on at second with 1 out. Just curious. You had a no-hitter through 3 innings. It's not much. You only gave up 1 hit. How many no-hitters do you think you've thrown in your life?
I have no idea.
That's crazy to me.
I honestly didn't know I was throwing one.
I think it's so amazing when you get an elite pitcher like yourself. You've probably thrown 50 of them. You have no idea, but they're so special to every other human on the face of the earth.
You have to thank the defense. I mean, there was phenomenal plays, like Jessie going out and getting that ball. Like, that's a tough out, and just to see her, you know, have my back on situations and have, like, Flip have my back. Like, it's just awesome when I turn around and routine ground balls making them look easy.
Well, it's great to see you rolling again, Rachel. Keep on keeping on, okay?
Thank you.
Rachel Garcia joining us for a chair chat. We've got a runner on at second with 1 out. Victoria Hayward back to the top of the order. And somehow, after breaking a finger, Victoria Hayward is swinging a hotter bat than she has all season long.
She has been electric. I mean, a straight fire stick. I mean, she's so hot at the plate, just consistent.
It was week 3 when Vic hurt her hand diving into a base, but it didn't keep her out for long. She's had a good week 4, and now so far a good start to week 5. Only time she's been retired was to begin the ball game on a great defensive play by Sydney McKinney. Let's take a look at the play of the game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Victoria Hayward just so clutch. And in that situation, she knew all she needed to do was get something to the green. 2-run RBI double.
Softly to third. Klingler. Going over to third is Clark. So an aggressive play gets her over to third with 2 outs. hosting our MVP voting. We still have, 2 full innings to play. But if Victoria Hayward, with a single, a double, and 3 runs batted in, if she can get an MVP, 1, 2, or 3, to go along with winning a whole bunch of innings in the game, she began today 19th. That's going to be a big springboard for her up the leaderboard. And folks, in case you don't know, there is a minor league ballpark a stone's throw away from where we are, and they're having Friday night fireworks. That's what all the hubbub is about. Amanda Lorenz to third, and Klingler makes the play. So a good defensive inning by Bailey Klingler. She assists on 3 of the outs.
Yeah. Her in was real in on me. Out. Easy. Good. Yes.
She's doing the play-by-play.
Out.
Easy.
The easy one is the one that got me. I was like, okay, Sid, we see you. Just putting on the clinic.
Sydney will bat 4th, if this inning will allow. Kayla Kowalik, Sydney McKinney, Sierra Romero will bat 1st against Alyssa Denham. Alyssa Denham came on with 2 outs and the bases clear, and then gave up a double to Caroline Jacobson. But Jacobson was cut down trying to go from 2nd to 3rd on a beautiful relay. Hayward to Flippin to Warren. This is like some tremendous fireworks.
Yeah,
My
I know.
goodness. Got a good 20 minutes worth of
Yeah,
this.
what's the budget over there on those fireworks?
Limitless.
Just going.
Softly hit. Gonna have to play it on a bounce as Harshman, and the throw gets away. Kowalik's gonna try and go to 2nd, and she'll make it with a dive. That is a big play for Kowalik. We've got 20 points on the line, and Team Kilfoyle can just score 1 point, 1 run.
Just thinking of the speed of somebody like Kowalik on this play, I thought that Harshman was just going to go and try to make that catch. Still had some time, but just a hard play when you're going in and throwing behind you. It just crosses up Kelsey Stewart-Hunter.
They scored that an error on the 2nd baseman, Harshman. That would be big for Alyssa Denham. That means that if Kowalik does come around to score, it's not an earned run, because the error means that Kowalik never was meant to be on first base to begin with. Sydney McKinney. Her job is to get Kowalik over to 3rd. Again, today hitting .417. She's dropped below 400. A couple of ground ball outs. 1 to 2nd, 1 to 3rd. (3-0). There's the strike she needed. Count goes full, 3-2. Endless fireworks here in Rosemont.
They're still going.
Good golly, those things are low, too. That is fouled in and out of the catcher's glove. Team Lorenz has led throughout. They scored 3 times in the second inning and 2 times in the 4th inning. This game has not featured a home run. Not too much of a surprise. Home runs have been down all season long. McKinney swung at what would have been ball 4 and maybe what would have hit her and flips it foul. She was just trying to get out of the way and flipped it foul.
Yeah, her hand-eye coordination is just a little too good. I mean, you know, on that probably would have hit her or been ball 4, but just her bat to ball skills are incredible.
Finally, Denham misses the strike zone and McKinney walks. So we've got runners on at first and at second with nobody out. Experience AU Pro Softball in person here in Rosemont, Illinois. Tomorrow is DePaul Day at the ballpark, and there'll be a pop-up by the Sports Bra Women's Sports Bar with featured drinks. Go to auprosoftball.com to buy your tickets today. Sierra Romero. Strike 1. So Alyssa Denham has come into the game and really not retired anyone. She allowed the double to Caroline Jacobson, who ran herself into out number 3. And then Kowalik reaches on an error. Oh, stopped by the third baseman, Jesse Warren. That ball was scorched, but in the wrong direction. Jesse Warren records the first out. 74 miles per hour.
Man. Jesse Warren, fire us up. I mean, the absolute hot corner, but her reaction on this ball, I mean, just falls down on it.
That ball off the bat was faster than any pitch we've seen all season long. 74.4 miles per hour. And Jesse didn't flinch.
At all.
And we're playing on turf, too, so that ball probably picked up speed when it hit the ground. Sydney Romero. Called strike that Sydney didn't agree with. On the ground, Harshman. Throw is low and effortlessly scooped up by Flippin. How good is Hannah Flippin?
Like, extremely good. I'm like, everything on that play, just to be able to hold on to that ball. That was in the dirt. I mean, easily could be bobbled, but she finds a way to just scoop it up. Heads up by Harshman. Just take a look. Makes it look easy.
Man. So there's now 2 outs, and Tori Vidalis gets it into center field. That'll plate the first run of the game for Team Kilfoyle, and they win an inning for the first time. And it's worth 20 points. Big hit for TV Tori Vidalis. That is a plus 20 for everyone on Team Kilfoyle.
And Tori Vidalis taking this out pitch and just hitting it and driving it up the middle. Comes up clutch.
This is the most extensive fireworks I've ever experienced in my life. The 45-minute firework extravaganza.
The never-ending.
My goodness. Village of Rosemont's going to be broke next week. They blew it all on Friday Night Fireworks. Would that be distracting to you as a hitter, Natasha?
I think so. The finale. Now it's the finale.
Alyssa Denham just asked Taylor Edwards to come to the circle. I think she did that because she wanted to burn some time for these fireworks to end.
Absolutely. Like, can we just let this pass for a little bit? I mean, it is distracting. Not that you couldn't still continue the game, but let's just let this pass.
And just when we thought it was over.
Just can't. Oh, man.
Three balls and 2 strikes to Bailey Klingler. The inning has already been run by Team Kilfoyle, but now if they can get a big hit here, all of a sudden they're back in the game and they're feeling better to win the entire game as we head to the 7th inning. And the bases are loaded. Uh-oh, we're in slam range right now. Claire Davidson could tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. Emily Carasoni, the facilitator for Team Kilfoyle, has walked down the line, and she's going to make some change. It's going to be a base running change. Sarah Willis will come in and run for Tori Vidalis. Okay, so Sarah Willis, two-way player who pitches and hits, will be on at second. In front of her is Sydney Romero. At first is Bailey Klingler. 1 run has scored. And Claire Davidson, who has struck out twice, but that was against Rachel Garcia, with an opportunity. Davidson does have a homer on the year. Oh, and 2. Oh, Denham strikes out Davidson. But a run does score, courtesy of the RBI base hit by DB Tori Vidalis. It's an inning win for Team Kilfoyle. Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball is sponsored by Nike. We've made it to the 7th inning. It is a Team Lorenz 5-1 lead, but Team Lorenz does not have momentum right now. They just lost the 5th and the 6th inning. Try and get some momentum back and maybe win this 7th inning. We're in Rosemont, Illinois, with Natasha Watley and Savannah Collins. I'm Eric Collins. We will have 3, 4, and 5. Hannah Flippen, Aaron Koffel, and Kelsey Harshman batting against Kat Sandercock. Here in Rosemont, even Cub fans and White Sox fans can get along. Sandercock. First ball swinging, Flippen flips it foul. That was a big last inning for someone who's not even playing in our game, Alicia Ocasio. Alicia was great today. 4 shutout innings pitching. Her team won every inning in the game. She got an MVP 3. And she's closing in on Amanda Lorenz. And Amanda does not have 1 stat point today. She has batted 4 times, grounded out 3 times, and flied out. And because her team won the first 4 innings, but did not win the 5th and the 6th, she's only won 4 innings, which is plus 40. That's not bad. And she can still win the game. That's great. But it's not as big of a day as it could have been if she had won every single inning. Line in the glove of Tori. That glove was just long enough for Vidalis to make the play.
Seriously, if her glove is an inch smaller, she does not catch this ball. I mean, talk about a snow cone. Absolute snow cone. Nice catch.
Great start to the inning defensively for Team Kilfoyle. Aaron Koffel, the batter. Koffel singled her last time up. Super aggressive hitter. Two and one. Koffel has been hit with 7 pitches in 12 games. That's hard to do.
I mean, just like a hitter like her, though, you got to keep it tight on her hands, because if you get anything middle away, she's so good with going with extending on balls. And so to tie her up, you got to make sure you keep it in and tight. And so I think that's why she gets hit by a lot of pitches.
Koffel works her way on for a 1-out walk. That is a +10 for Koffel. The AU Pro Shop is excited to announce that select Nike softball player jerseys are available for purchase this season. This limited edition style, designed with fans in mind, won't last long. Visit shop.auprosports.com to purchase yours today.
Got to go get our gear. I'm thinking I got to get a Haley McClinning t-shirt if she's retiring, and Sachel, Sam Fisher, all her.
Gwen Svikas.
Yep. Maybe that's what I'll do on her way out.
What age did you stop playing professional softball?
35.
35.
35. So I feel like everybody still has a lot more years to go. I'm not saying all their ages, but they're younger than 35.
When did you feel like you played your best? When you're at athletic prime?
Probably high 20s, low 30s, so like 27, 28. Those were my first years going over to Japan, and I feel like just the mental part, you know, Sydney kind of touched on it a little bit, but, you know, just the maturity mentally that you have as you continue to play.
Foul territory, making a nice play is Harding, tagging from first and going to second is Koffel. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter's the batter. Oh for 3 is Stewart-Hunter. We'll play 2 more games tomorrow, and then 2 more games on Sunday, and then we'll close the book of Unlimited on Athletes Unlimited Softball's championship season of 2024. We'll start tomorrow's games at 3 o'clock Eastern time, and then 5:30 Eastern time, and we'll do the exact same thing on Sunday. 3 and 5:30 Eastern time starts for both doubleheaders over the weekend. Oh and 2. And that's tipped into the catcher's glove, or did it bounce? It bounced. So Kelsey Stewart-Hunter stays alive.
Look, looks like, yeah, it hit the ground.
Went too far, no doubt about it. Sandercock does her job. Another shutout inning for Kat. We've made it to the bottom of the 7th, the 5-1 lead for Team Lorenz.
Put on a show. 1, 2, 3. Put on a show. I got.
has been a fun evening here as it has been all Team Lorenz. They didn't win the last 2 innings, but for the most part, they have led comfortably. They've got a 5-1 lead with 3 more outs to get here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, doing what they talked about, putting on a show. I mean, just defensively. I mean, those plays that they've been able to put together, hand the flip and relay, Jesse Warren going all out. Absolute show, putting on a clinic.
It'll be the bottom third of the order batting for Team Kilfoyle against a new pitcher. It's Peyton Gottschall who's coming to the game. Third pitcher of the game for Team Lorenz, the rookie from Tennessee.
Yep, and Amanda Lorenz is absolutely using all of her staff, and just a different look from Denham. Denham mainly keeps the ball down, utilizes her defense, but Peyton Gottschall has got that amazing rise ball and works more up in the zone.
Little number, Jesse Warren's got a hose. And not in time. Harding beats it out. Leadoff single for Team Kilfoyle.
Jesse Warren, just that transfer. The pick, too. But Kaylee Harding, she's got some good speed. She gets there.
We're going to have a captain's challenge. Can't take it with you. I don't think we're going to have indisputable video evidence to overturn. Super close, but I do think it's going to be an infield single for Harding.
Yeah.
After further review, the call on the field is upheld. The runner is safe. That is Team Lorenz's first challenge.
So Amanda Lorenz just exhausting all options. This inning is worth 10 points should Team Kilfoyle score. If they don't score, it'll be an inning win for Team Lorenz as they've won the game. Caroline Jacobson doubled her last time up. That was against Alyssa Denham. She was out actually going from second to third, trying to move it from a double to a triple. Leaderboard, upper left-hand portion of your screen, you see Amanda Lorenz on top, but her former Florida Gator teammate not too far behind. Alicia Ocasio is off to a great start here in week 5. Everyone involved will have 2 more games over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and we'll crown our champion after our second game on Sunday. I love the pace at which Gottschall works with.
Very fast. She moves quick, high velocity, but she does not waste any time.
Well, Athletes Unlimited continues tomorrow. We've got games at 3 and at 5:30. Team Kilfoyle and Team Cork right out of the chute. And look at that one, the Tim Walton special, 5:30. Team Ocasio and Team Lorenz, 2 former Florida Gators, in what will be the biggest game of the weekend until we get to Sunday. Jacobson strikes out, 1 down. Natasha, your thoughts on the battle that we have with 2 more days between 2 Gators, Lorenz and Ocasio?
Gosh, it's going to be tough, but I got to go with the position player, so I'm going with Amanda Lorenz because what she's been able to do, it's hard because pitchers do have a lot of opportunities, although they have a higher risk, you know, obviously if they give up runs, earned runs, but I'm going with Amanda Lorenz.
Look at Jesse Warren, like she was shot out of the cannon, and safe at second is Harding. She overran the bag, and Jesse almost made her pay. Smart softball.
Jesse Warren, I mean, just so heads up. I mean, she knows the speed of Kowalik, that she's not going to get her at first, but almost gets the go behind tackle at second.
Flipping with the swipe tag. I think if she just put the glove down at the base.
Vertical tags, vertical tags. But it was kind of a blind tag because she was behind her.
That scored as a single for Kayla Kowalik. Runners at first and at second, Sydney McKinney's the batter. If McKinney can get aboard, and she's ahead in the count 2-0, That would give Sierra Romero a chance to bat with the bases loaded. And folks, if you follow the game of softball and you mention Sierra Romero and the bases loaded, that means something to you. When she was a college player playing at Michigan, it was almost like every other game she hit a grand slam. I'm going to have it for you in just a moment. 11. She had 11 career grand slams.
Oh, that's incredible.
There's some great players who don't have 11 homers in 4 years of college. Sierra Romero had 11 grand slams. That is an NCAA record. Oh, by the way, not surprising.
Impressive.
There she is. So now the import of Sydney McKinney getting on base. 2-2. Three and two. Okay, this now becomes the biggest pitch of the ball game. 3-2. Runners at first and at second. One out, bottom of the 7th inning. Right to the third baseman, Warren, and the game is over. What a ball game for Team Lorenz. She wants to play with pitching and defense, and she got pitching and defense to win the game.
And Team Lorenz, I mean, just finding a way to win, using a pitching staff, getting it done offensively. Just an all-around team performance for Team Lorenz.
So when it's all said and done, Team Lorenz, they win 5 of the 7 innings. Did Jessie drop that on purpose?
No, she held on to it.
So is that there's 2 different ways you can score that. Was that a double play because it was a force out of third and then first, or because she caught it on the fly and the run for first is off?
I think she caught it in the air, but she wasn't sure if it counted as a line drive, so she went to third.
Well, there's nothing to challenge. Both outs are legit the way she wanted to do it.
Right, right.
So it is a ball game. Team Lorenz, they win 5 of the 7 innings. They win the entire ball game. That's a plus 100 in win points. And they continue to just cruise under the leadership of Amanda Lorenz, who will be in first place when we get underway tomorrow, Saturday afternoon here in Rosemont.
Yeah, it's just an incredible performance from Team Lorenz, and excited to see the matchup tomorrow between her and Team Ocasio.
Natasha, highlight of my career. One of the highlights working with you. Wonderful stuff. That'll do it from Rosemont. For Natasha Watley, for Savannah Collins, I'm Eric Collins saying good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow here in Rosemont.